Welcome to our Swiss adventure. We're about to explore the top 10 places you absolutely have to see in Switzerland. This tiny country is bursting with majestic alpine scenery, charming villages that seem frozen in time, and a vibrant modern culture. Think of Switzerland as a sampler plate of the best of Europe, a harmonious blend of natural splendor and sophisticated urban experiences. So grab your hiking boots, your appetite for chocolate, and your sense of adventure, because Switzerland is calling. Over the next few minutes, we're going to journey from the mighty Matterhorn to the serene shores of Lake Geneva, and from bustling Zurich to the cobbled streets of medieval Bern. We'll discover why Switzerland consistently ranks as one of the happiest countries in the world. Is it the stunning scenery, the efficient and convenient public transportation, or perhaps it's the chocolate? Let's dive into the heart of the Swiss Alps and find out for ourselves. I can't wait to share my favorite Swiss experiences with you. Our first stop takes us to the car-free village of Zermatt, nestled at the foot of the iconic Matterhorn. This is Switzerland's picture postcard perfect village. Just imagine, cobblestone streets, horse-drawn carriages, and that breathtaking pyramid-shaped peak towering above it all. Whether you're an experienced mountaineer or simply an admirer of majestic beauty, the Matterhorn is a sight that will stay with you forever. Now, one of the best ways to soak up the grandeur of this place is to hop on the Gornergrat Railway. This marvel of 19th century engineering takes you on a scenic ride up to the Gornergrat, offering jaw-dropping views of the Matterhorn, the Monte Rosa Massif, and a panorama of glaciers that will leave you speechless. And speaking of glaciers, no trip to Zermatt is complete without a visit to the Matterhorn Glacier Paradise. Here you can ride cable cars to dizzying heights, explore the glacier palace carved entirely of ice, and enjoy breathtaking views that stretch as far as Italy and France. Whether you're here to conquer the slopes in winter or to hike amidst wildflowers in the summer, Zermatt offers an unforgettable experience. Remember to fuel up with some hearty Swiss cuisine like rosti or cheese fondue, because you're going to need your energy for the adventures that await. Next, we find ourselves in Lucerne, a city that effortlessly blends medieval charm with a modern spirit. Situated on the shores of shimmering Lake Lucerne and framed by a panorama of snow-capped peaks, Lucerne is a feast for the eyes and a balm for the soul. Our journey through this captivating city begins with a stroll across the iconic Chapel Bridge, one of the oldest covered wooden bridges in Europe. This 14th century landmark is not just a bridge, it's a piece of living history adorned with paintings depicting scenes from Lucerne's past. From the Chapel Bridge, we'll wander through the enchanting old town, a warren of cobblestone streets lined with colorful houses, charming squares, and frescoed buildings that whisper tales of centuries past. Be sure to look up as you walk, and you might just spot the whimsical painted facades that Lucerne is famous for. And speaking of famous, no visit to Lucerne is complete without paying homage to the Lion Monument. This poignant sculpture, carved into a sheer rock face, commemorates the Swiss guards who died defending the Tuileries Palace during the French Revolution. To truly appreciate the beauty of Lucerne, I recommend taking a scenic cruise on Lake Lucerne. As you glide across the water, surrounded by majestic mountains and charming villages, you'll understand why this city has captivated travelers for centuries. Get ready for an adrenaline rush as we arrive in Interlaken, Switzerland's adventure capital. Nestled between two sparkling lakes, Lake Thun and Lake Brienz, Interlaken is your gateway to the awe-inspiring Jungfrau region. But before we venture into those towering peaks, let's take a moment to experience the thrill that Interlaken is known for. Imagine soaring through the air with the Swiss Alps as your backdrop. Well, in Interlaken, that dream becomes a reality with paragliding. It's an experience that will stay with you long after you've landed back on solid ground. Now, if you're looking for something a little closer to Earth, how about a scenic hike up to Harder Kulm? This panoramic viewpoint offers stunning vistas of Interlaken, the two lakes, and the majestic trio of mountains, the Eiger, Monch, and Jungfrau. You can hike up or take the funicular, which in itself is an experience. The carriages are designed to resemble traditional Swiss chalets, adding a touch of charm to your ascent. From whitewater rafting to skydiving, Interlaken is a haven for thrill seekers, but it's also a great base for exploring the surrounding region, including the crown jewel of the Swiss Alps, the Jungfraujoch. Chapter 4. The Jungfrau region, where eagles soar. Prepare to be amazed as we enter the Jungfrau region, one of the most dramatic and awe-inspiring landscapes in the Swiss Alps. This region is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for good reason. Towering peaks, cascading waterfalls, lush alpine meadows, and glaciers that glitter like 1,000 diamonds, the Jungfrau region is a feast for the senses. Our journey takes us to the top of Europe, literally. The Jungfrau, perched at a dizzying altitude of 11,333 feet, is the highest railway station in Europe, and offers unparalleled views of the Aletsch Glacier, the longest glacier in the Alps. From the Jungfrau, we'll descend into the Lauterbrunnen Valley, a place of such stunning beauty that it feels like it's been plucked straight from a fairy tale. Here, you'll find yourself surrounded by sheer rock walls, cascading waterfalls that seem to fall from the heavens, and charming alpine villages that look like they've been frozen in time. Take a deep breath of that fresh mountain air, and let the beauty of this place wash over you. As we explore the Jungfrau region, we'll encounter charming villages like Wengen, a car-free paradise, and Mürren, perched high on a cliffside offering breathtaking views of the valley below. And of course, no trip to the Jungfrau region would be complete without a visit to Grindelwald, a hiker's paradise with trails for every level. Whether you're seeking adventure or simply a chance to reconnect with nature, the Jungfrau region is a destination that will leave an imprint on your soul. Chapter 5, Montreux, Jazz, Charm, and Chillon on the Lake. Get ready to be swept away by the charm and elegance of Montreux, a town that embodies the sophisticated spirit of the Swiss Riviera. Perched on the shores of Lake Geneva, with the snow-capped Alps providing a dramatic backdrop, Montreux is a place where natural beauty meets cultural richness. As we stroll along the beautiful lakeside promenade lined with palm trees and flower gardens, it's easy to see why this town has been a haven for artists, writers, and musicians for centuries. Speaking of musicians, Montreux is synonymous with jazz. Every summer, the Montreux Jazz Festival fills the streets with the sounds of legendary musicians and rising stars. Even if you're not here during the festival, you can still soak up the musical heritage at the Freddie Mercury statue, a tribute to the legendary Queen frontman who called Montreux his home. And no visit to Montreux would be complete without a visit to the Château de Chillon, a medieval castle that rises dramatically from the waters of Lake Geneva. This fortress, with its history dating back to the 12th century, has inspired artists and writers for centuries, including Lord Byron, who immortalized the castle in his poem, The Prisoner of Chillon. As you explore Montreux, be sure to treat yourself to some local delicacies. Sample the wines from the nearby Lavaux Vineyard Terraces, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, or indulge in a decadent chocolate experience at one of the many chocolatiers in town. Montreux is a feast for the senses, offering a taste of the good life in a setting of unparalleled beauty. Chapter 6, Geneva, where the world connects. Now we find ourselves in Geneva, a global city with a heart of gold. Home to international organizations like the United Nations and the Red Cross, Geneva pulsates with a cosmopolitan energy that's both exciting and inspiring. As we explore this city of peace and diplomacy, we'll discover a place that's also rich in history, culture, and natural beauty. Our journey begins at the iconic Jet d'eau, a towering fountain that shoots a plume of water 140 meters into the air, creating a dazzling spectacle that can be seen from across the city. From there, we'll delve into the heart of international cooperation with a visit to the United Nations headquarters, where you can learn about the organization's efforts to promote peace and solve global challenges. Geneva is a city of museums, and you'll find a diverse range of collections to explore. From the Museum of Art and History, showcasing art and artifacts from around the world, to the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Museum, a moving testament to the humanitarian spirit. And no visit to Geneva would be complete without a stroll through the charming old town, a labyrinthine warren of cobblestone streets, hidden courtyards, and historic buildings that whisper tales of centuries past. As you explore Geneva, be sure to take time to relax by the lake, perhaps enjoying a picnic in the Jardin Anglais, or indulging in a delicious meal at one of the many restaurants offering stunning views of Lake Geneva. Geneva is a city that invites you to connect with its history, its culture, and its people, making it an unforgettable destination. Chapter 7. Get ready for a shot of urban energy as we arrive in Zurich, Switzerland's largest city and a hub of finance, culture, and cosmopolitan flair. Don't let its financial prowess fool you though. Zurich is a city that knows how to have a good time, with a vibrant art scene, trendy boutiques, and a contagious zest for life. Our exploration of Zurich begins in the heart of the city, the Altstadt, or Old Town. Here, you'll find yourself wandering through a maze of cobblestone streets lined with charming shops, cozy cafes, and historic buildings that reflect the city's rich past. Be sure to keep an eye out for the Lindenhof, a green oasis offering panoramic views of the city and the Limmat River. From the historic heart of Zurich, we'll venture onto Bahnhofstrasse, one of the world's most exclusive shopping streets. Even if you're not in the mood for a splurge, it's worth a stroll to admire the elegant window displays and soak up the city's vibrant energy. And for a change of pace, hop on a ferry and cruise across Lake Zurich. The shimmering waters, framed by the city skyline on one side and rolling hills on the other, offer a different perspective on this dynamic city. Zurich is a city that effortlessly blends its historic roots with a modern, forward-thinking spirit. Whether you're here to explore world-class museums, indulge in some retail therapy, or simply soak up the city's infectious energy, Zurich is a destination that will leave you energized and inspired. Chapter 8. Bern, where history meets charm. Now we find ourselves in Bern, the capital of Switzerland, a city that wears its history with a quiet pride and a whimsical charm. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Bern's Old Town is a perfectly preserved medieval gem, with cobbled streets, covered arcades, and sandstone buildings that transport you back in time. Our journey through Bern begins at the Zittglocke, a 13th century clock tower that's more than just a timepiece. Every hour, a colorful cast of characters, including a crowing rooster, a jester, and a procession of bears, emerges to put on a whimsical show that never fails to delight visitors. From the Zittglocke, we'll wander through the heart of the Old Town, crossing the Aare River on one of the city's many bridges, and admiring the ornate fountains that adorn the squares. Bern is a city with a unique character, and one of its most endearing features is the presence of bears. These furry ambassadors are more than just a symbol. They're living residents of the Bear Park, a spacious enclosure on the banks of the Aare River. Be sure to stop by and say hello to these gentle giants, a reminder of Bern's connection to nature and its playful spirit. And no visit to Bern would be complete without a visit to the Einstein Museum, dedicated to the life and work of the brilliant physicist Albert Einstein, who developed his theory of relativity while living in Bern. Bern is a city that invites you to slow down, savor the moment, and appreciate the simple pleasures of life. A stroll along the river, a coffee break at a sidewalk cafe, or a conversation with a local. It's a city that captures the essence of Switzerland, its history, its beauty, and its warm hospitality. Chapter 9. Grindelwald, a hiker's paradise, calling all adventurers. Our next stop takes us to Grindelwald, a charming mountain village nestled in the heart of the Bernese Oberland, a region renowned for its dramatic peaks, verdant valleys, and world-class hiking trails. Grindelwald is a place where you can lace up your boots, breathe in the fresh mountain air, and set off on an adventure that will leave you breathless, literally and figuratively. One of the most exhilarating experiences Grindelwald has to offer is the first cliff walk by Tissot. This walkway clings to the side of a sheer cliff, offering heart-stopping views of the Eiger, Mönch, and Jungfrau mountains, a trio of peaks that dominate the skyline and inspire awe in all who behold them. For a hike that's a bit closer to Earth but no less spectacular, I recommend the Eiger Glacier Trail. This trail winds its way through alpine meadows, past sparkling streams, and offers breathtaking views of the Eiger's north face, a legendary wall of rock that has challenged climbers for generations. As you hike, keep an eye out for the occasional mountain goat or marmot. These furry residents are always happy to pose for a photo. And for those who prefer a more leisurely pace, hop on one of the many cable cars that whisk you up to panoramic viewpoints, where you can simply soak up the scenery and appreciate the grandeur of the Swiss Alps. Grindelwald is a paradise for nature lovers, offering a chance to reconnect with the great outdoors and experience the thrill of adventure. Whether you're an experienced hiker or simply looking for a place to escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life, Grindelwald is a destination that will rejuvenate your soul. Chapter 10. Lugano, a touch of Italy in the Swiss Alps. Our final destination takes us to Lugano, a city that embodies the perfect blend of Swiss efficiency and Italian flair. Located in the Italian-speaking canton of Ticino, Lugano welcomes you with open arms, warm sunshine, and a relaxed Mediterranean vibe. As we stroll along the palm-lined shores of Lake Lugano, surrounded by mountains that plunge dramatically into the crystal-clear waters, it's easy to forget that we're still in Switzerland. But then again, that's the beauty of this country. It's a tapestry of diverse cultures and landscapes, each one more captivating than the last. Our exploration of Lugano begins in the heart of the city, Piazza della Riforma, a lively square bustling with cafes, restaurants, and shops. From there, we'll wander through the charming streets of the old town, admiring the colorful buildings, the elegant arcades, and the beautiful churches that tell the story of Lugano's rich history. Be sure to take a break at one of the many gelaterias and treat yourself to a scoop or two of authentic Italian gelato. And for a truly unforgettable experience, hop on a funicular and ascend to the top of Monte Bre or Monte San Salvatore, two mountains that offer breathtaking panoramic views of Lugano, the lake, and the surrounding mountains. From these lofty vantage points, you'll truly appreciate the beauty of this Italian-Swiss gem. Lugano is a city that invites you to relax, indulge, and savor the good life. Whether you're here to explore its cultural treasures, soak up the sunshine on the lake, or simply enjoy the taste of Italy in a Swiss setting, Lugano is the perfect place to end our Swiss adventure. Chapter 11. Until next time, Switzerland. And there you have it, our whirlwind tour of the top 10 must-visit places in Switzerland. From the majestic peaks of the Matterhorn to the shimmering waters of Lake Geneva, from the charming medieval streets of Bern to the cosmopolitan energy of Zurich, Switzerland has something to offer every traveler. Whether you're seeking adventure, relaxation, cultural immersion, or simply a chance to reconnect with nature, Switzerland will captivate your heart and leave you longing to return. Remember, this is just a taste of what this incredible country has to offer. There are countless other hidden gems waiting to be discovered, from charming villages tucked away in remote valleys to world-class museums showcasing art, history, and innovation. So start planning your Swiss adventure today, and prepare to be amazed by the beauty, the culture, and the warm hospitality of this extraordinary country. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed our Swiss journey, and subscribe to our channel for more travel inspiration. And be sure to let us know in the comments below which destination you're most excited to visit. Until next time, happy travels. Happy.